Hi guys, I'm Megan Dugan, founder and CEO of Lemonhead LA. I'm so excited to do this tutorial for you today. It's been a long time coming, and the most common question we get asked is what is the difference between your products? So I'm going to break down the difference in a slow-paced way, so follow along if you've always wondered what's the difference between all the different Lemonhead LA products. So we have three main types of glitters. So we have a product called Space Paste, we have a product called Space Jam, and we have a product called Glow Jam. So although they're all in the same family, they are very different. So surprisingly, even though the names are similar, the two most similar products are going to be our Space Paste and our Glow Jam. The main difference between Space Paste and Glow Jam is that Glow Jam glows in UV light. So the one thing is I don't even know if I have a UV light here, so we might have to just pause and edit this video, although I plan to have it just completely unedited for you guys, but we'll have to see. Probably have something laying around here, but either way, these two products are very similar, as in they are one color. So Space Paste, think of it as a glitter paste. Think of it like the consistency of a toothpaste, super, super thick. One color, so you'll have like a bronze, and Glow Jam you'll have an orange, yellow, pink, green, blue. So that is the main thing with Space Paste and Glow Jam. Then we have a product called Space Jam. Space Jam is really special because these have over a dozen glitters in each blend, and what's so great about them is you can't really compare them. Each one is completely unique from the other. Midnight Society has moons and stars and all these different shapes. It was a color that Patty Dubroff used on Margot Robbie on the red carpet, Peter Rabbit premiere, and just absolutely gorgeous. Space Jams are really special too because you could tap them on and you're gonna get a really perfectly artisan blend of different cosmetic glitters. And each Space Jam is, like I said, totally different than the next in texture, appearance, wearability. So this is Sea Punk, totally different than Midnight Society. And that goes for all of them. Currently, we have a ton of different Space Jams. On our website, we have about, I think, 8 at the moment when I'm recording this video, but we also do custom Space Jams. So really they're limitless. Something you can do is request your own artisan blend. You can send us different things like different mood boards. Just tell us also the vibe that you want, and our artist will put together something super special and unique for you, sort of like custom Nikes, but custom glitter. So that's something that we do, more of a bespoke cosmetic, which is really nice being an indie brand the way that we are and the size that we are. It's just something exciting and something fun that we like to do. We also have different Space Jams too, like Lady Mercury. It's a really beautiful pastel highlight. Like this. And we have another highlight in our Space Jam category. It's gorgeous. It's called White Rabbit. You can see the difference. This one's more pastel. This one's more white, and they look different in the jar as well. This is Lady Mercury, and this is White Rabbit. A little goes a long way in each one of our jars. There's over 18 grams in each jar, which is a tremendous amount of product. So our glitter is a bit higher price point than other glitters, but you get so much more. And even if there's something that's similar in size, nothing matches our density. When going to remove this, by the way, you can use a makeup wipe, although I recommend different ways to remove it. Makeup wipe is one. You could rinse it off. You can use a lint roller and toss it in the garbage. But if you do use a wipe, which you can also toss in the garbage, you just want to make sure that you hold down and you pull in one direction. That's going to completely remove it, which is pretty amazing because usually glitter is there to stay. You're wearing it on a Tuesday, it's still there on Saturday. And so that's one thing, it's one of the inspirations of why I started this line, is that it's glitter for commitment phobes. So let's see. So that kind of covers the difference between the three, but I want to show you also how easy they are to apply and to use. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some on myself. And the way that you'd apply on yourself is similar whenever you'd apply it on somebody else, although I feel like being able to stretch the skin and mold the skin and mold the glitter, I feel like sometimes it's a bit more fun to play on other people. This is definitely an artist product, but it's very easy and fun to apply on yourself as well. So I wanted to show you a look that I did the other day on a client at for New Year's Eve. I'm using one of my favorite brushes here. This one's by Royal Langnickel, and this is their pointed lip brush. But what I did the other day, I had not a lot of time, and the client just wanted something really fun, minimalist and wearable, and something not too dramatic. What I did is I wanted to do like a play on like a glittery 1960s look. The 60s are my favorite decade for sure. It's a way that I usually like to wear my makeup, and I usually take a lot of inspiration from the 60s, and you know, artists like and models like Twiggy, Sharon Tate's a huge inspiration of mine, and I love the kind of creases that they did. So that's where I wanted to start. What I took right here is one of my favorite colors called Dirty Penny. This color you might have seen at Coachella on Beyonce. She wore this one mixed with the color we have called Houdini, which I'll show you. Now, I wanted to like basically pick it up with my brush and set it on my skin. So this is not like a goopy glitter gel. These are very like solid glitters. Once you have it on the skin, you could stretch it and mold it into the shape that you want. So you just have an instant, fully opaque color. What I like to do is take the brush, if there is any on it, which a lot of times there won't be anything stuck on your brush, but if there is, I'll take it on one side, I'll wipe it on one, and I'll wipe it on the other. There's nothing on my brush, and I'll go right back, and I'll go backwards. And what that does is it's going to push the product into the shape that you want, which is why I started saying swipe, shape, shine, because that's really all that you do to wear this product. Now this will stay on all day. It will like remove when you want it to by just taking something damp, pulling it in one direction, but it's there when you want it, it's gone when you don't. So before you would have to take a glitter glue, loose glitter, and try to pack it. It would be a 10-minute process to a 40-minute process, depending on the look. Right here, I just want this to be a bit thinner. So this is what I was talking about, when it's sometimes easier and more fun to play on somebody else, but it's still very easy to do on yourself. So you could see right here how, I can't actually zoom for some reason, but you can see how easy it is to apply it into the shape that you want. Now from there, I want to add just a hint more. And there's really no way to screw this up. Once you know this technique to lay it down, and then wipe your brush so it's clean, and then go backwards, you're gonna have so much fun with this product. So I'm in control for the first time of glitter. So that's something too, you know, it used to really be intimidating thinking of using glitter or any sort of, you know, like an editorial look. It's like, oh gosh, the makeup looks so good, the shadow looks so good. When I add glitter, God, what if I add too much glitter glue? It's gonna make it muddy and messy. It's like, you don't have to care about that anymore. You don't have to worry about that. So this is my glitter crease, and this is in the shade Dirty Penny. Now, one thing that I did for New Year is I took it with my other favorite color, which is Violet Hour. just a tiny hint. And when I say tiny, like the smallest amount ever. And I popped this right in the center. And I pushed it down first so that it wouldn't fall. Because sometimes this is so thick, when you put a glob, it'll literally just fall. And I popped this violet hour just in the center. And it's such a nice, like, complementary color to the bronze that it almost, you have to do like a second look and be like, oh, it's two colors, that's cool. So it gives us this sort of like duochrome look. When you want a more traditional glitter look and you don't want that foiled look, just spread the product out more. It's a glitter concentrate, so you can wear it thick or thin. I prefer both. In that sense too, it looks like you have different types of product on. What's so special about Space Pace is it looks like it's foiled. It looks like you have foil on your skin. So you can see the difference there. So then what I did is my ultimate favorite color, which is Jailbait, which is this amazing chartreuse green. I took just a hint of it. And I popped it right on the edges of the purple here. We'll do a zoom in a second so you can really see. One great thing about this is that you don't have to worry about fallout during application. So it's fine there. And just to complement how we did above, take the tiniest amount on the end of my brush. So when I say a little goes a long way, for 22 bucks, this could have anywhere from like dozens of applications to hundreds of applications. So it's up to you, it depends on how much you use. So I'm just gonna lay this down and then drag it back into my look. So you have this lime to bronze to purple. First, you just add a little mascara and you're good to go. One thing I recommend if you are going to be wearing lashes is to just do your lashes first before applying your glitter, because depending on how close you get the glitter to your lash line, you might have an issue with glue. Or you could always use my favorite lashes, which is Lashify, because those go under your lashes. And that way when you close, you won't have a band. It's like a really great product. So this is like a very standard way that I would wear my eye makeup out. I'm just gonna pop this off my holder here and you can see the detail. One thing you can do as well, of course, is I did have spoolies here. I do, there we go. Another way to shape is once it's dry, you can actually shape with a spoolie. This gives you such incredible control. It makes it really fun to play with editorial looks. One thing you can do as well, which is just fresh on my mind because somebody sent in our DMs today, hey, I have a shoot coming up. Can you recommend how to quickly change looks in between, like during a photo shoot? And by the way, if you do a lot of photo shoots, we have palettes on our website, which are incredible, which make it really, really easy to travel with and have fun with. Just gonna put my lid back on this one. So if you want to switch this look up, I just want to make sure it's totally dry. You can actually, I'm gonna get this on my desk. Say it's mess-free glitter, but you can make a mess with it. It is glitter at the end of the day. But when you go to remove it, obviously you could use a wipe, but guess what? That's going to take off any shadow or anything you have underneath. So if you just want to do a quick change and you're in the middle of an editorial, you can just gently remove it with your spoolie and your shadow will remain underneath. You just want to make sure that this is dry before you do. And then of course, like I just did complexion, my makeup's untouched. Because this will create fallout on the cheeks, so you want to make sure that your client or yourself has their eyes closed. And just dust off like this. Now my crease is gone. If you have lashes on as well, you just wouldn't want to go as close to the lash line. And that's it. And of course, I've got all my glitter on my sheet here, or paper. You can have a paper towel, whatever. Fold it in half. And the producers, directors, first ADs don't have to be mad at you for getting glitter on the set that they rented. So that is one of my favorite techniques and tricks. Now, I can show you with Space Jam the difference. So, for example, Patty Dubraff, one of my favorite looks that she did, like I was saying, on Margot Robbie, is she just took Midnight Society, and she actually did another color as well that I'll show you, one of our highlights, Adult Film. And she put Adult Film on Margot like this. And Adult Film is so great because it has a rainbow holographicness to it. It's like an opalescent. One of my little hacks too is to take a finger without any product and just tap it, because the faster you tap it, the faster it dries. And to avoid creasing, you want it to dry before the client opens their eyes and is looking down at their phone and everything again. So I totally put this on the wrong finger, but what she did is she took it like this, and she literally just dragged the product like this. She can do something as simple as that. Got rid of my little wipe too soon. Now, from here, let's say you want it to be a super accurate shape. Just take your spoolie and clean it up. Under here. And the more you tap it on, I actually don't want it to be opaque. You can make Space Jam opaque, it comes opaque. But what's so great is that you have all these shapes, and the more that you, the more, like, I should say, the least opaque that it is, you get to expose all those little surprises in there. The other great thing about Space Jam, especially one like Midnight Society with the stars, is that you can pick out the actual shapes Like let's say you just want a star, put some on your hand or a palette, take the end of a brush or just the end of my spoolie here, and pop your star right in the corner right there. You don't need to have a gem, like you don't need to have gems with glue on them, I mean. You don't need to have like individual glitters like glued on. Since the glitter comes adhesive, you just do that and you can create a crease even with your stars like this. Just picking them up. Except now it doesn't want to pick it up. There we go. You could see how much fun that could be. You can create like a euphoria look, except with, instead of gems, you would have stars or bigger pieces of glitter or moons, whatever you want. That one specifically is in Midnight Society, but Birthday Bitch is another option in Space Jam that we have. That's a lot of fun. For people that are into the euphoria look, our best Space Jam is Party Favor. Now this one is not available on our website. It's available currently exclusively at Urban Outfitters. This one is so much fun. It has so many glitters in it, it's not even funny. Like, it's a party in a jar for sure. Just want to try to do it in a couple different ways. You can do it, just literally slap it on. And use it thick, or take those individual pieces out and do crystal looks with it. And I'll give you a little zoom in action as well. This is Party Favor. This is Midnight Society. So you can see the difference there. Yay! I want to do one more thing, especially on the side with Party Favor. I want to add some Glow Jam because it's not, some people are like, oh, I don't know, I'm not a raver, or I don't need something that glows in black light. That's just a perk. It's really great by itself. What did I just do? Oops. I'm messing my own stuff up. This is Commando. I love this color. It's just a super bright neon orange. So this by itself is great. The fact it glows, like I said, is just a perk. Everybody loves a good neon moment, and these are so amazing. You could do these on top of pigments. Like one thing I like to do is use them on top of like Makeup Forever paints or Danessa Myricks paints. But like I was explaining first, the most similar, even though they both, you know, Space Jam and Glow Jam ends in the word jam, Glow Paste just didn't sound as good. So Glow Jam it was. So you have like a fun neon moment there. I also have, this by the way is the difference in our mini size jars versus our full size. Even the mini is huge. So this compared to like any other product like a brow gel or, you know, like a brow pomade or any sort of like gel eyeliner, this is more than you would get in a normal gel liner. And this is our mini size. This is our full size. So just to say like really how big these are, you really don't know until you try them for the first time or you see them for the first time. You're like, wow, those are huge. So let's see, let's just pop a little bit of pink in here. This color is Holly Weird. We're gonna do like this kind of like neon camo. How about that? That sounds fun. And then we'll do palms. If you guys get one, we're in the process of switching things up, but if you get one with, when you take the cap off, it'll have a little seal. Don't rip the seal off all the way. Just lift it up as much as you need it and put it back down. I didn't do that for this one, but trust me, it just makes it last that much longer. When it comes to longevity, these last few years, although you're going to want to use it all the time, so hopefully they don't last you years because you've used it all. But you shouldn't have to throw these away from being dried out. You should definitely get some really good life out of this. You just want to keep the insert in and the cap on tight. we have a super colorful eye there. And I just want to do more of a highlight. I'm going to do a little bit more adult film on the lid here. With the highlights, you do not need to apply them thick at all. With none of our glitters, you need to apply thick. But highlights, since they are super sheer, they will look flaky if you have too much on. So you do not need that much, which is great because it saves you the product. This is Houdini. This is our #1 glitter. It's freaking nuts. I'm gonna apply that on this part of the lid the rest of the way. So it'll be a transition from adult film into Houdini. Now Houdini's amazing. You wanna do a really thin layer of Houdini because this one disappears and reappears. But if you have it too thick, it will just look flaky. It will never fully disappear. So you just want a really thin layer here. I'll even do a highlight with it so you can really see how dramatic this one is. This one is the one that Beyonce wore at Coachella as well. So thank you, Sir John, for that. Incredible artist, incredible man. How fun is this eye? All right, so pretty much sums it up. At this time, these are the 3 categories of products that we have. There's a lot more coming in 2020. A lot of surprises happening. So I'm excited to do more videos there. This is definitely the first like long Instagram TV that I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys for hanging in there and watching if you've watched the whole thing. Haven't done a video in a while. It's been a minute for me. So if I was a little nervous and too talkative or whatever, or repetitive, sorry about that. But either way, that was a lot of fun. It's been, like I said, a long time coming. So I hope you enjoy. Let's take these off with a wipe, just like I was explaining to do. So you could, I've already shown you how to do this with the spoolie. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with a wipe. So first of all, if there's anything on your hands, before you're going to take this off of a model, clean your hands first, because you're going to be like, where does it keep coming from? Trust me, from personal experience. You never want to reuse a spot that already has glitter on it. Okay, so we're gonna, which side should we take off first? Let's take this side off first. I'm gonna hold this down just on my eye, and I'm only applying pressure on my eye because I don't want to take off my concealer or any other complexion. So from first stroke, you can see how much came off. I'm just gonna fold that little piece over. Go in one direction each time. I'm going to kind of roll this. Sometimes the bigger pieces are actually the most difficult. If you're an artist that works with other like models or talent, make sure to give them at least a little bit of a rundown of how to remove before you send them home with a face full of glitter, because sometimes people will grab a wipe and they just innately do this. Don't do that. Look at this. Even that looks freaking awesome in Editorial if you just left it like this. Boom. One thing that's also great once everything wants to come off is oil cleanser. Oil cleanser is fantastic. So boom, in the bin. Let's do a new wipe on this side. The wipes I'm using, by the way, are Bioderma. I really like these wipes. They've got the cloth themselves have a really nice texture for removing glitter. I don't want to take my makeup off here, so I'm just gonna flick this off. If the spoolie, always test the spoolie on yourself, see how hard it feels. If it feels a little rough, just basically do this and soften the bristles. Like that makes a huge difference, especially around the sensitive eye area. Another technique with the spoolie is rather than drag it, you can set it down, and while it's down, twist it, and it flicks the glitter off of the face. I find that that works really well for those big stubborn pieces. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully that's like an first ultimate Lemonhead LA tutorial, and you guys feel a lot more confident in your artistry. So show me what you guys know. So, like, show me what you learned and show me the looks that you do. Tag Lemonhead LA in your photos, hashtag Lemonhead LA, hashtag glitter for adults is one that we use a lot. So I hope that helps. I hope that really makes you feel confident as an artist. And yeah, so I hope our products definitely like make your books a lot more exciting or help you, you know, get out of that safe space that you've been in. For me, I was a bridal artist, and it was always like so intimidating looking at artists like Val Garland and Pat McGrath, but it doesn't have to be intimidating. So as long as you're educated, that's the most important thing. Keep teaching yourself things, keep taking those classes from artists that you look up to, like Lottie and other incredible artists like that. And yeah, so look forward to seeing what you do. It's been so much fun. Love you guys. Bye.